Hey everyone, I wanted to show you guys this little baby Shubunkin goldfish that I put in the pond last night. I actually put four Shubunkins and four Fantails. I found them at a Petco for on discount. They were like I think the Shubunkins were 250 each, and the Fantails were like $3 each. I wasn't planning to buy these guys because normally they're like $5 a fish, sometimes going up to like $6 or $7 a fish. And I don't want to spend that much money on a pond fish that has a really good chance of getting eaten, by a frog or something. That thing's only about an inch long, maybe an inch and a half. Um, but it is a very pretty fish, and I'm gonna go see if I can get some more. Now this Petco that I got them from, they it's kind of like it's not in my area. It's someplace that I was kind of just like driving through, and I needed to stop by Walmart, that to get something else that I needed that was along the highway, and so I basically looked that up on my phone, went to the Walmart, and I saw they had a Petco. I'm like, okay, let's see what type of fish they got there. So like most of the fish, they seem like they were like more expensive than what I normally get at PetSmart. But these two fish they had at a really good price. So I said, let's try these guys out. So uh, watching this Shubunkin swim around, I mean, it's really nice to swim, but it's also a very slow swimmer. It does this little waggy thing. So I don't know how well it's going to do in the pond versus other predators. I mean, the frogs. They could eat it, but I think they usually go for stuff that's a little bit smaller than an inch. And the salamanders, same thing, they could go for it. But I don't know. We'll see how they do. Now this one's I got three other ones. The other ones are of a dark color. This one's a lot brighter, so I was able to see. But it's really fun to watch. So it's been swimming around in kind of like circles, trying to figure out its environment here. It's probably wondering why it hasn't been fed, because its whole life it's been probably fed like twice a day on a regular basis, and now for the first time in its life, it's got to go out and forage food. It's got to look for food. Nobody's gonna feed this guy. So he's trying to figure out how to be a fish. First thing he's probably gonna start doing is eating the algae that's in the pond on those tree barks, and then start looking for. Eventually, he'll figure out that he can eat the mosquito larva. But I like this guy. I'm going to go to. I'm thinking of going to PetSmart tomorrow and seeing if they have any discounts on these Shubunkins. I'm not going to get them unless they have a sale, because I'm not going to pay $5-6 per fish, for a goldfish. But if they're like 250, yeah, I'll get a few more. I try to get stuff that's cheap, because again, it's going into a pond, and once I put them in there, they're kind of on their own. And these guys, I'm just watching it swim around. It is a very slow swimmer, so like if something wants to catch it and eat it, they're gonna catch it and eat it. But we'll see. Now these Shubunkins, from what I read, they can grow up to like 14 inches. Like they'll grow from actually they'll because with goldfish they say that like the regular common ones, they'll say they'll grow up to like 12 inches. This one they say it'll grow up to like 18 inches. With like 14, 15 inches being the average. So if this thing survives, it's going to be a nice big fish. So it's kind of. Oh, there's another one. There's a black one. Now, I think that's not Shubunkin. That's a Fantail. Let me see if I can zoom you guys in. Yeah, there's a Fantail. There it is, right in the middle of the screen. Yeah, because I got four Shubunkins and four Fantails. So he's doing the same thing. He's kind of trying to figure out how to be a fish, what it means to be a fish. I'm gonna watch this guy swim for a while, see how he swims. Looks like he's a slow swimmer too. It looks like he might be a little bit bigger than the Shubunkin. But yeah, he's got a nice big fantail. That black really stands out. So that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out. It's like what colors stand out in the pond, like especially if you're looking at them from the top side, right? Because it's different if you have like an aquarium in your house and you're looking at the fish from the side, versus if you're looking at them from the top. That's a completely different view. So yeah, I mean, as far as aesthetically, some fish are going to look better from the top side. Other fish are going to look better from the side. So, like typically with the tropical fish that you see in the pet stores, they're meant to be looked at from the side more than from the top. But anyway, that's today's pond update. I've added 4 Shubunkins and 4 Fantails, and they're a lot of fun to look at. So I definitely want to go get some more if I can get them on discount. Oh, and the tadpoles on the side are starting to grow too. I'll show you guys the tadpoles. Yeah, these are natural. See, they're on the bark right there. They gotten big just in 2 days. See if I can zoom in. Right there. See those little black lines? They look like little black sperms, basically. Yeah, those are the tadpoles. They pretty much doubled in size in just a day or two. Sitting on that log. Now, we did have rain about 2 days ago. Because one of the things I was concerned about is that there had been some tadpole eggs that had laid in that area right there. And it started warming up a little bit. So this shallow area of the pond here was starting to dry up. So I could see like the water was like starting to recede a little bit as it was drying up in the shallow area. Okay, so there's like 90 feet of pond. So the shallow ones are going to dry up pretty quick. So I was worried that, hey, maybe the eggs, because the eggs had just hatched out, right? And they were just kind of sitting on it, like really tiny. So I was kind of worried that the pond would like recede and they wouldn't figure out how to get into the water. They would just dry out. But yeah, it rained and now the water like went way back and now they got plenty of water. So like if it starts drying up next week, that won't be a problem because right now they're already probably decent swimmers. So they'll be able to just follow the water into the deeper area over here. Now, one of the things I noticed with the overflow, because what happens when it overflows, the pond water goes out that way. I did manage to see a couple, I think I found 4 tadpoles that were, that had kind of drifted out into the runoff area. But for the most part, it was only 4 out of thousands. So, it's not too much of an issue. I did try to catch those little guys, but they just buried themselves in the dirt. I couldn't get them. So yeah, I did try and retrieve the 4 tadpoles that had gone out in that area over there, which has now dried out. I mean, it just dried out overnight. So yeah, those guys are lost. So we lost 4 tadpoles out of like 2,000 something. So yeah, so this is the aerator, solar powered aerator. I had this one from last year. That just shoots air into the water and just oxidizes it. I mean, these fish, goldfish, don't need aeration. They're low oxygen fish, but by having air, it keeps them more active. They'll grow faster if they have more oxygen in the water. Oh, you go. Here's the fantail right there, swimming. That black one we saw a minute ago. It's a little closer now. And the other thing I did, there's the red one there. The other thing I did is I got a pond. What do you call this thing? Fountain. Solar powered fountain. Just put that in earlier. This one's nice. I'm gonna have to do a review on it. It's like they had like the $12 ones. I got like the $16, I think $18 with taxes. The $18 one, just a tiny bit bigger. So it's totally solar powered. So it also adds aeration because it shoots the water up, and as it splashes down, it mixes. You can see little bubbles floating away. So it mixes the air, the water up a little bit, and again also adds aeration. So there's a different method of aeration. Again, not necessary for these type of fish, but hey, not bad to have. Keep them a little bit more active, make them grow a little bit faster. So it's good. It came with like a whole bunch of different nozzles. So I selected one where it kind of shot it high and far away, because I didn't want it. Basically I wanted the splash to happen in the water and not on the solar fountain itself. So it's pretty cool. We'll see how long it lasts. Sometimes these things don't last very long. We'll see how long this one does. The one I got last year, I should do a review on this one. The solar powered aerator, I got it last summer. I used it through the whole summer, and now I'm using it again. So this thing was like $40 on Amazon. So this one's done very well. Now for the winter time, I did take it in. I didn't leave it out over the winter, because temperatures dropped down to like -10, and if there's any water that gets inside it, it'll crack the glass or whatever. So I did take it indoors over the winter time, and definitely the fish don't need any extra oxygen over the winter because their activity level drops and they breathe less air over the winter time. So, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. For $40, I got it. It's been working out pretty good.